Welcome back to a new episode in the meal prep series. Today we are making one of my favorite Tex-Mex dishes, chili con carne or chili with beef. This is one of my favorite dishes to cook as it's super easy, but it still packs a lot of flavor. And the macros in this dish are really good as well. Let's go. Let's go. To get started, we'll prepare the vegetables. You'll need one large whole red capsicum, which you will remove the stem from, cut in half, slice into strips, and then dice. You also need one large brown onion, which you'll cut in half, cut the stem ends off each piece, and then peel. Then cut the onion a few times horizontally, then vertically towards the center, and then finally horizontally to dice. And that's the vegetable prep done. Now place a large pan over medium-low, lightly oil, place the diced capsicum and onion in the pan. Lightly saute 4 to 6 minutes or until the onion becomes slightly translucent and the capsicum softens. Remove from the pan and set aside. Using the same pan, set over high, allow to heat and lightly oil. Add 750 grams of lean beef mince to the pan. I've used 95% lean, 5% fat beef. Leave the mince for 1 to 2 minutes without moving. This will allow the meat to caramelize and develop a brown crust on the bottom. The aim of this is to bring more umami flavor to the meal. Make sure you let the pan heat up properly before adding the mince or you'll end up with some uneven browning like me. Flip the mince and repeat on the other side. After 1 to 2 minutes, you can break the mince up and cook until the juices evaporate and it begins rendering in its own fat. This should take 3 to 4 minutes. The sound in the pan should change from a bubbling to a sizzling, and you should be left with barely any liquid at the bottom of the pan. Time to spice this mince up. Add 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, 2 teaspoons of paprika and cumin, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and onion powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. If you like a bit more spice, add 1/2 to 3/4 teaspoon of chili powder. Now give the mince a stir to combine and lightly fry all the spices and tomato paste for about 20 to 30 seconds. Now add 800 grams of canned tomatoes. Crushed, diced or whole will all be fine. 2 beef stock cubes and 175 milliliters of water. You'll also add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, which is going to bring an extra kick of meatiness to the dish. Add the capsicum and onion back to the pot and bring the chili con carne to a boil. Then reduce the heat to medium-low and leave the lid slightly open on top so the steam can escape. Now reduce the chili con carne down for 10 to 12 minutes until it thickens. While the chili con carne is reducing, let's get the rice cooking. You'll need 250 grams of white rice, which you'll rinse 3 times to remove the excess starch, and then cook in a rice cooker or over the stove according to the rice packet instructions. Back to the chili con carne. Now that the liquid is reduced, we will add kidney beans to the pot. You'll need 410 grams or 1 can of kidney beans, which you'll rinse and then add to the pot. You want to add your beans when the chili con carne is almost finished, so you don't overcook them. About 3 to 4 minutes before finishing. The thickness of the final chili con carne should look similar to this. Thick but not fully reduced. Don't worry if you need a bit longer to reduce the liquid further. Now that everything is cooked, we can plate it up. Evenly divide the cooked rice over your 5 containers, followed by the chili con carne, and then finish off with 10 grams of light sour cream. There we have it, 5 dishes of chili con carne to eat all week long. This one's great for meal prep as it only gets better after you leave it in the fridge for a couple of days and those flavors develop even more. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, drop the video a like, and I'll see you in the next one.